So in this video, we're asking, is Rashida Tlaib a terrorist supporter? Well, there's plenty of folk on Twitter who think she is. But random blokes on Twitter don't really count as proof, and as she's careful with what she says,
we're gonna go in there, we're gonna impeach the mother...
at least most of the time, we decided to investigate the people behind her election success. Now, we haven't got time to show you everything they've said, so let's begin with this Facebook status. Here, Rashida thanks 5 of her friends who helped her get her elected. We found 4 of them on social media, and every single one of them had made posts that will shock the American public. Let's begin in order. First up is Ahlam Jabara. Ahlam is a close friend and political ally of Rashida. Here she is posing with her other friend, Rasmea Odeh. Now you may be wondering, who's Rasmea? Rasmea is a terrorist. She was jailed for 10 years for murdering 2 Israelis in a supermarket bombing. Ahlam has such admiration for Rasmea that she baked her a cake. Cute. But Rasmea isn't the only terrorist that she appears to support. She also shared this image of Muhammad Ali, a terrorist that stabbed 3 Israeli soldiers in Jerusalem. The next person Rashida thanked in that status was Muwafaq Jabara. Now, I'm not quite sure what relation Muwafaq is to Ahlam, but they're definitely close. Anyway, he's a Palestinian living in America. Now, he's posted some of the most extreme content we've seen. To really understand who we're dealing with, Muwafaq mentions in at least 2 posts that he was in Megiddo prison. Now, Megiddo houses Palestinians that pose serious security threats to Israel. At this stage, we can't speculate why he was in jail, but we can say he was in contact with high-level prisoners like Abdel al-Rantizi, the co-founder of Hamas. We know this because Muwafaq posted, "To the heaven of martyrs, the Lion of Palestine. Your words are still resonating in my ears, and I still remember our meeting in the prison of Megiddo in 1997. As for Muwafaq's social media posts, I can't overemphasize how extreme they are. There are literally hundreds of them, honouring the most evil terrorists. Here are just a few examples. Imad Mughniyeh, the founding member of Lebanon's Islamic Jihad organization and second in command of Hezbollah. The US and Israel held him personally responsible for many bombings, murders, kidnappings and assassinations, including the bombing of the US embassy. Sheikh Ahmed Yassin, the co-founder and spiritual leader of Hamas, responsible for bombings, shootings, kidnappings and rocket attacks that led to the deaths of many Israeli civilians. Yahya Ayash, the chief bomb maker of Hamas, responsible for the deaths of at least 75 people. Now, what Muwafaq posts here is vile. It reads, "When you see the roof of a bus flying, you will know it's Yahya." Ahmed al-Jabari, the second in command of Hamas's military wing. This man has the blood of many Israelis on his hands. Naif Abu Shara, a commander in the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigades, who was responsible for murdering at least 25 Israelis. Bassem Abu Sariya, an Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigades commander from Nablus. Oh, and remember Rasmea, Ahlam's terrorist friend? Well, here she is posing with Muwafaq. Anyway, while Muwafaq is a Fatah man and he posts disproportionately about their military wing, the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigades, when it comes to glorifying terrorism, he'll post any group. But I'll leave you with this horrific image which reads, "Al-Aqsa sharpshooter, kill every Zionist." And it's not just the terrorists that he celebrates. He appears to celebrate the murderous acts that they carry out. The terrorism is one thing, but he's also a hardcore anti-Semite. Just check out these posts he's made. This one suggests that Israel is controlled by the Jewish Rothschilds banking family, and bizarrely, Queen Elizabeth, who's obviously depicted as a Jew, and these Jews use ISIS to attack the West. In this one, Jews are simply depicted as rats. This one encourages the stabbing of Orthodox Jews, but this one is possibly the worst, as Muwafaq writes, Today is for you, but tomorrow will be for us, and Hitler will be a dove in comparison. Let that sink in. Hitler will be a dove. I assume a dove of peace? Now that you know who Muwafiq is, here he is with his longtime friend and campaign buddy, Rashida. They're Facebook friends, so you can just imagine Rashida chilling at home on a Monday night, scrolling through all of those terrorists that he posts to her newsfeed. Perhaps this is a glimpse of the real Rashida, as she's fully aware of his views and has no issue publicly associating with him. The next person in the status was Maher Abdel Qader. Now it may surprise you, but he's also posted some outrageous things on Facebook. Here, he employs the anti-Semitic trope that claims Jews aren't Jews at all, but are actually Khazars. Remember the Fatah logo from Muwafiq? Well, here Abdel Qader gives the terror mastermind and PLO leader Yasser Arafat the double Fatah thumbs up. This time, he just uses the old Facebook like button to show some love for the co-founder of Hamas, Mahmoud al-Zahar. Now Rashida really likes Abdel Qader. Not only does she thank him on social media, she even awarded him an honorary medal for Jew hatred. Joking, it was for helping with the campaign. This was just one of the thank you statuses. There are many others, so let's look at some of the other people who worked on her campaign. Like Reema Ahmed. Reema helped Rashida to become congresswoman. Guess who she's a fan of? That's right, Razmia's back. This time, Reema liked an image supporting Razmia by infamous anti-Semitic cartoonist Latuf. And here she is trying to buy clothing that promotes her. If Razmia hadn't been deported from the US for concealing her terrorist history, I'm pretty sure this lot would have ditched Rashida and voted Razmia into Congress. Next up is Rashida's good friend, Maher. Maher was with Rashida throughout her campaign and was even there at a swearing-in ceremony. Now, he's a Palestinian comedian, but there's nothing funny about this post where he calls Israelis ISIS, or this one where he calls them Europeans and white supremacists, or this one where he appears to infer that Israelis are dogs. Let's check out Linda Sarsour next. Now, we could make a whole video on Linda, but we'll leave you with this one tweet where she alludes to some nefarious relationship between Jewish organizations and President Trump. But that didn't stop Rashida from cozying up to her. Finally, last on the list is Iyad Afalka. Iyad is a prominent Arab American Democrat and friend of Rashida. Now, he has this really weird thing where he tells Jews that use Hebrew, they're being Zionized. This one in particular tickled us. He says that we shouldn't use the Hebrew word for the Holocaust as it's a sign of Zionization. Right, mate. This one is as stupid as it is offensive. Actually, but so was the last one. Anyway, he claims that the Jewish fear of genocide is Zionist propaganda. One or two dodgy friends could be excused, but we only scratched the surface and uncovered 18 of her inner circle posting deeply disturbing material. The glorification and romanticization of violence and terrorism should concern every American citizen. These are her close friends. These are the people who helped her into power. Now, we can't say if Rashida supports terror, but she clearly, knowingly associates with those that do. We only had time to show a few of their comments. To see them all, check out our report in the description and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video and you want to see more original stories as we break them, make sure you subscribe to the Israel Advocacy Movement on YouTube. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Israel_advocacy. Thanks for watching.